Ever feel like you're walking on eggshells? What if you could stay calm no matter who's trying to steal your peace? Hello there, welcome, Walk in the Spirit family. I am so glad that you guys are joining me today. We've all been there, right? When someone's words or actions just get to you. You feel that familiar knot in your stomach, your heart races, and you're ready to just react. Maybe it's a colleague who constantly undermines you. Maybe it's a family member with a critical comment, who always has a critical comment. Or even a stranger whose rudeness catches you off guard. It feels like they're actively trying to steal your peace, doesn't it? And in those moments, it's so easy to lose our cool, to say something that we regret, or to let their negativity completely derail our day. Like somebody cutting you off in traffic and now that ruins your whole mood, the whole drive. You're thinking about that car, trying to catch up to them or whatever. That's a whole waste of time. But as believers, we're called to something different. We're called to unshakable peace. So how do we do that? How do we deal with difficult people without losing our spiritual footing? It first starts with understanding that peace is not dependent upon their behavior. Our peace is a gift from God and a fruit of the Spirit. And when we encounter difficult people, it's an opportunity to lean into that gift and let the Holy Spirit guide our response. It's an opportunity to practice what God is showing us daily. So these are great opportunities. When they come up, acknowledge them as such. It's part of your practice. It's not happening for no reason. Take advantage of that practice. Think about it. When someone is being difficult, they're often operating from their own pain, their own hurt, their own brokenness, their own insecurity, and spiritual brokenness. It's not always about you. And when we react from our flesh with anger, bitterness, defensiveness, we're essentially joining them in that chaotic space. We don't have to join them. We can always take the higher road, which is what we're really called to, and you know it in your spirit, and that's why we're here today. When we choose to respond in the Spirit, we're bringing a different energy, a different kingdom perspective into the situation. And this is a first that this is happening. Each situation is unique, so each situation is a first in your life and a first in that person's life. So you're creating these moments and you're moving in these higher ways when you move like this, when you choose to respond from the Spirit. Let's break down 3 practical steps, Spirit-led steps that you can take when dealing with difficult people. Step 1, that pause that we talk about. Pause. This is where you're going to pray. This is where the spirit of discernment will come up. The spirit of remembrance will come up and bring you words from the Lord. So before you do or say anything, you're going to take that breath of God, that breath of life, a deep breath. Smell the roses through your nose. Blow out the candles through your mouth. And you're going to silently pray in that moment. You're going to ask the Holy Spirit for discernment, for wisdom, for self-control. You can say a quick, Lord, help me respond in love. That can shift your entire demeanor. For me, what I used to do is when I first started learning to go to God for help in each situation, I would pray. I would just say, help me, Lord, help me, help me, help me. That's all I would know to say. I wouldn't know what to say. I wouldn't say, Lord, help me respond in love. Lord, help me. I wouldn't know these things. So if you're in that same position as I am, learning what to say, but these situations come up and you're gonna say something, right? It's okay to just say, Lord, help me, because that's where it starts and that's where it's gonna grow from, and that's all you need. He knows your heart. The Creator knows your heart. And so just start with that pause. This pause creates a sacred space between their action and your reaction, allowing the spirit to intercede. So the spirit of discernment will come up and let you know, all right, look, you gotta have some understanding. This person is operating from a lower spirit than you. It's a worldly spirit. So discernment will come up instantly, say it's of the world or it's of Christ. Okay, so the discernment will come up immediately, and then the spirit of remembrance will come up. And this is one of the biggest cheat codes that the Lord used for me. A word that he used, 2 words specifically that he used for me, and I call it a cheat code. When you apply these things, you see they're cheat codes, because that took me out of the whole situation. I mean, every time I applied these words that I'm about to share with you, I would apply it and practice it and walk it. Situations will come up and I would apply it. That 360 turn of events, change of environment, everything, he took me out of that completely. Like, so those 2 words are in Romans chapter 12 verse 15 and Romans chapter 12 verse 18. Actually, it's Romans 16 and Romans 18. Romans 16 says, be of the same mind one to another. And 18 says, with all that be within you, live peaceably among all men, with all men. So when I would apply that, I mean, with all that be within me, keep the peace, right? And be of the same mind. What does that mean when you're of the same mind with somebody? That means if they're talking to me about something, I'm going to come into agreement with them, because I'm going to start to see their point of view, and that's all that matters. I'm just going to agree with their point of view because I see their point of view. And so whatever we're talking about, we're on the same mind, we're on the same topic, and I agree with them and I see what they're saying. And you just apply these things, you'll see it flow. Like, you don't have to do anything. You'll see the person will be doing all the talking. You'll just be, because it's your practice. That's why it's made that way for a reason. So don't worry about, having to talk about the situation, talking about the subject. It will flow. You just practice what these words say. So that's a big cheat code. Romans 12:16. Be of the same mind one to another. So imagine when you use that on a critical family member with a critical comment. Imagine when you use that with somebody who is trying to be rude with you, and you're like, yeah, man, I see what you're saying. I feel you, man. I'll be tired too if I was, driving behind somebody slow as me, right? Whatever it could be. Usually it's in your favor. So that example wasn't even really a good one. Because usually when they come at you, they attack you without cause. So it's like whenever you're on the same page with them, it's just I'll think of a good example for you guys. I got you. So that's step 1, is that pause. Step 2, understand. This is where you practice empathy and you see beyond their behavior. Okay, so you took that pause. The spirit of discernment came up and told you, okay, look, this person is operating from pain. This person is operating worldly. It's not of the spirit. It's not of Christ. It's worldly. And then, say, for example, the word came up and the word told you, be of the same mind. Okay, so you pause. Now you're going to be practicing your understanding. Okay? And this is tough, I know, but try to see the person, not just their difficult behavior. What might be driving them? Are they scared? Are they hurt? Are they stressed? This doesn't excuse their actions, but it helps you detach emotionally and respond with compassion rather than condemnation. So that's just going to help you with your practice. Okay, I took a pause. Okay, this person's operating worldly. I'm going to choose the spiritual led response. Okay, now let me understand. Look like this person is responding this way in a worldly sense, with the spirit of anger on them, the spirit of stress on them, the spirit of fear. They're afraid, so that's why they're acting like that. They're working out of a fleshly, worldly spirit right now. Okay, I got that. That's helping me put the pieces together. So that's just helping me with my work right now, my practice of responding in love. Because okay, they just stressed out. They're under the operation of a spirit right now. They can't control that. They don't have self-control. When you move in worldly, you don't have self-control. When you walk in the spirit, you have self-control. Okay, I get all that. Okay, that helps me stay a little bit more calm. I'm not going to take it personally or emotionally. See the processes that's going on right now in that pause and in that moment of understanding. Step 2, remember, we're all God's children, even when we're acting out. Ask yourself, what would the Lord do right now? Jesus often saw past the surface to the heart. So that's what we're called to do. We're called to look past it and address the root, the very cause, the spirit that is operating. And step 3, you're going to set boundaries with grace. We talked about that in the last video, pausing and setting those boundaries with grace, aka protecting your peace. Responding in the spirit does not mean being a doormat. It means protecting your peace and your spiritual well-being. And oftentimes, the most spiritually led response is to set clear, firm boundaries. Now, you can do it verbally by, mentioning like, oh, listen, I don't tolerate being spoken to like that, even though I understand you're upset. Or it can be physically removing yourself from that situation, going to a different room, going somewhere else. If you're in a room with people and, you can leave the room, things like that. Personally, I get real raw and dirty into the work, so I don't run from nothing. And honestly, this is my advice. This is where I believe the Lord is going to bring you to. You don't have to run. Like, you can stay right here and let God set the boundary. But just know that you set that with the Lord. Like, okay, my boundary, look, I ain't got to run. I ain't got to leave and go nowhere. I could still be here and, they ain't going to shake my peace. And I don't have to say nothing to them because I'm not trying to change them. A lot of times when you tell people something, hey, listen, can you stop doing this to me? Can you stop doing that to me? I don't like that. Do they stop? Do they stop? So I don't waste my breath because I understand that these are practice. They came to me this way and I can't change them. They're going to leave me this way. And then later on, if the Lord changes their life, the Lord will bring them back as a changed person to let me see that evolution. Or, in the moment while they're in my presence, I'll be planting seeds by being me and I'll see them, picking up the seeds and growing. But for the most part, people come to you a certain way and it's for your practice. You take that practice. And then when you're done with that practice, trust me, baby, God going to send them back, the maker. Okay, he gonna send them back to go and keep doing what they're doing elsewhere. And you done leveled up from the practice. You have been one of the same mind. Every time they try to come at you, you one of the same mind. Oh yeah, man, I feel you, man. Yeah, man, I agree. I hear what you're saying. Right. That's it. So when you set those boundaries, if you're a person that you gotta say something verbally, ultimately you're gonna see God will set the boundaries. That's how I like to do, set my boundaries. I'm like, okay, Lord, I know I ain't finna be around this person no more. I'm not on that. I don't like to be around people that's negative. I'm good. I'm gonna be around positive people. And then I don't have to say anything. That person might still be coming around, and I don't have to tell them, hey, don't talk to me like that no more. I don't have to say none of that. Because if they do talk to me like that again, I'm going to keep practicing. And I will always have favor. I will see God back me up. Like how the videos that we did previously, you'll see God back you up when you stand in that truth. Okay. So it's always a great experience, a great show for me to experience. You know what I mean? And I encourage you to be strong and stand in that faith and that truth as well. And let the Lord back you up. Okay. If you have to go to another room, if you have to, so you can calm down, things like that, do that. Do that because you're getting stronger regardless. Okay. Now let's see. Now this whole thing is about loving them, okay? But also about loving yourself and honoring the peace that God has given you. Grace does not mean enabling unhealthy behavior. It means responding with dignity and respect. Okay? And trust and believe, whenever that person come around, they're going to be seeing you doing your thing, okay? And the Lord will distance them as long as you keep practicing his words. That specific verse 16, that one right there has taken me out of places, and I mean for good. I don't got to worry about it. And when he bring me back, is to bless them. It's to bless them. It's like I'm a celebrity. It's like Ruth. God bless them. God bless you all. Anyway, blah. So now, the Bible is full of wisdom on this, okay? Proverbs 15:1 says, which we touched on the last video, it says, a soft answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger. Okay, so we don't want to stir up no anger. That's not the response we're going to take when things happen. Galatians, this is a good one. Chapter 5, verse 22 to 23 says, it reminds us of the fruit of the Spirit, what we have to give: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Remember I said that earlier? When you're moving in the world, you're moving fleshly, you ain't got no self-control. You're lacking that. That's why they can't control what they do, what they say. That's why they'll go so far as to, I even seen a video recently, these two girls are beefing, and one of the girls goes up to the girl's mom and backhands her, slaps her. Like, this your mom, right? This your mom, right? Backhands her again. This your mom? Backhands her again. And it's like, that is complete lack of self-control. You feel me? No self-control. Okay. So we don't move that way. And then also Romans chapter 12, verse 15 and verse 18, okay? So these are our weapons, our tools for navigating difficult interactions. Remember, your goal isn't to change the person. It's to maintain your peace and walk in the Spirit. You are called to be a light, even in challenging circumstances. That's why you feel this way. That's why you know you need to find a better response. You need to find a way to not let them get under your skin, because you know that's what you're called to do. That's for you. That's your portion. Power over these challenging situations. Your calm, Spirit-led response can be a powerful testimony. It touches people. And a lot of times, it's the very thing that disarms the whole situation. So the next time somebody pushes your buttons, remember these 3 steps. Pause, understand, set boundaries with grace. Choose unshakable peace. I want to hear from you guys. What are your go-to strategies for dealing with difficult people? And have you ever been in situations where you've practiced these Spirit-led responses, and what has been the outcome of that? I know I'm gonna have some amazing stories in the comments, because the way the Lord works is so unique every time. Share your insights in the comments below. If you want me to do any specific type of videos, specific situations dealing with certain people, put them in the comments below. And if you resonated with anything, tell me a time you've been in a situation, and what you've learned, what you did differently back then, and that what you would do differently now. Share your insights in the comments below. I would love to hear them. Give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the Walk in the Spirit channel for more content like this, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next video. And if you want to join a community of other Spirit-led professionals, Spirit-led people who are navigating and learning how to navigate maturely in this walk, then click the link in our description below, to join our Walk in the Spirit school community. And that's where you're going to get more intimate, one-on-one support, more insight, and we're going to just grow together more as a community in the school community. So go ahead and click that link, join the school community today. So until next time, keep walking in the Spirit and let your peace be unshakable. God bless you guys. I love you. Mwah. Peace.